Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at Shadow Articuno. Today we play a team that's kind of familiar to you maybe, because it's like a variation of the Wallowers team, which I already showed like, I don't know, 2 days ago or something. And this is really working well with Articuno in the lead as well. I played a different team in the beginning, which was like where I went like 1-6 with, but with this team I went 9-4. So really nice record with that thing, so I can highly recommend this team again. And we have the Rainicast on the sales swap, and we have the Jelson in the back. A really solid team here. I think my opponent runs Wallowers team actually, but because we always win the lead with our Pokemon against the what's it called? The Impermeable, we're gonna be able to win this game here, especially because my opponent gets baited here by me. I can go for a Thunder again, and now this Thunder gonna go through, gonna be unshielded and gonna do so much damage already. And we can just go into our Jelson and farm all the way down. I'm gonna predict that it's a bait because I think Thunder does less than a Shadow Ball from the Jelson because it's not step here. So I'm just gonna no shield twice and just double Weather Ball, and this time we like already won the skin. There's nothing my opponent can do here. My opponent's horrendous as well. Yeah, Shadow Articuno looks really solid in the meta. Like if you think about it. Okay, other than like charm users, it's kind of a bit difficult, but if you think about it, you have Nidoqueen as the lead, Shadow Articuno wrecks that thing. You have Digger Speed in the lead, you have mandibuzz in the lead. You have so many Pokemon that are weak to ice or like weak to flying types in general. So this thing is like really amazing, not gonna lie, even against Obstacle you have play. There's not a lot where you really lose hard against. Of course, you have like water types where you can do a lot. I'm running Ancient Power. I would recommend you running Hurricane, but Hurricane is a legacy move. So if you want to raise your Elite TM on Shadow Articuno, if you have a good IRE rank, I can actually recommend it to you, but mine does not have the rank that I want. Sometimes Ancient Power is actually funny, like in matchups like Dugong, even though Dugong completely wrecks this team most of the time anyway. But against Dugong you can do like, at least like super effective damage with that thing. But other than that, it's kind of useless, I think. Okay, against Charizard would be also pretty decent, but Icy Wind's still gonna hurt, and Ice Shot as well. But yeah, Shadow Articuno, definitely a fun Pokemon to use. This team idea in general from Wallowers is really solid in the current meta, like double water in the back and Rainicast on the sales swap. Like there are nearly no grass types right now. Me saying that will I most likely showcase a team with a grass type tomorrow. We have to see. But yeah, here we have mandibuzz against us in lead. Really solid lead for us. It's actually Air Slash, which is maybe even better for us. My opponent swaps out into a Ninetales. Really good swap there. Also against Ninetales, of course, Ancient Power would be better, but we have our cast form and I can count his moves. He's at 5 moves right now. There's no way this is a Solar Beam, so I can just let it go. He's debuffed, we can farm all the way down, he can go for another move if he wants, like I don't really care about that. We're still like at half health and we farmed him all the way down and have so much energy now for the mandibuzz, which is gonna come in here I think again. Yep, and we can just go for a Thunder. And this Thunder would hurt him a lot. And I think we could actually still get to a Weather Ball. And my opponent, yeah, I can go for the Weather Ball there. And I actually moved like the, instead of hitting the mouse, I moved like the recording button somewhere. That was kind of dumb, but okay. Here my opponent has a Wishcast in the back. Actually got no shield. That was like his only play to win. This is like to land the Blizzard there. That was stupid by me. Okay. I think we're still gonna win this. I kind of made it too risky there. That was not the best play on my part. I double shield now his Mud Bombs, which you always want to do, of course, and go for one Icy Wind here against the mandibuzz, and the mandibuzz is already solo. We can just farm down here. Like there's nothing my opponent can do. I was not scared even if we lost like that. This matchup, we still would survive easily, move from the mandibuzz and just farm all the way down. That's gonna be a good game. Next up, we're gonna have Articuno against Gyarados. This is kind of a neutral matchup. It's Waterfall actually, which is kind of tricky. And you see how much it chunks. I can go for the Icy Wind. I thought of going for the Ancient Power, and I also thought of going into my custom. I don't know the counts for the Gyarados. I thought maybe I can outspeed him to the Icy Wind now. But actually, we see him P-tie again, which is really bad for me. And now I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go into my custom, try to get some extra energy and farm all the way down. And my pawn goes into a Cresselia. I'm gonna swap into my Jelson. This was a mistake, which you're gonna see later on. But in general, I didn't play the lead matchup perfectly fine. What you always want to do with ABB lines is save your lead, because your backline most of the time have like a double weakness which they share, which you don't really handle well. And as you're gonna see now, after this, after me KOing this Crusader, my opponent gonna have a dragon type in the back, and if I just saved my Articuno, I would have been fine, but this, like, I just gonna have to surrender at this point of time. There's nothing really we can do. Really bad lead here again, cast him against us. We go into our own cast him and mirror him, and we don't even have a good IV cast from now. It was a good IV cast from before XL candies. Now you kinda want a 0 attack one, but yeah. My opponent goes into beedrill. Nothing really too scary, as we can go for double weather ball, but my opponent actually throws a move here, which is only an X-Scissor, which won't KO us. We can go for the weather ball, and we can just farm all down here and win back switch advantage, which is still not really good because of the cast form. Cast form really threatens this team in general now. There is the Bombers no way better than the Articuno here. But we actually get a shield there because my opponent lost track of our energy, which is something that you can understand with the water gun being a one-turn move. He goes to a thunder again, not baiting there, and he goes into mandibuzz. And this gives me some kind of chance here at least to maybe win back this game. But my opponent has to shield here for me to be able to win back this game. Please shield. He does shield, which is beautiful. As we can go for another move, because now we're gonna survive this foul play, and we're gonna be able to get to the ISO wind in time, and gonna be able to put him, I think, that low that we're gonna KO at the same time now. Yeah. And now we can just go for one Shadow Ball. A Thunder wouldn't KO us anyway, and we're gonna be able to win this game. Thanks to my opponent shielding there. I think if you just saved the shield for the cast room, we would have been fine, most likely. But I don't know. Maybe we're fine anyway. Charizard lead, really bad lead for us, of course. He stays in and then goes into Superior. Like, there's just hard counter. There's like nothing really we can do here, sadly. We can go for the weather balls, but actually, which is funny, like sometimes you can actually threaten those grass types just because of the water gun damage, because it's just like so crazy, because like the type doesn't really matter. You see like it still chunks a bit. My opponent goes actually for 2 moves here, which is interesting. I wouldn't have went for the second move if I was my opponent, but here you can actually go for another move. And it's another Leaf Tornado, and this Leaf Tornado of course gonna debuff us. And we're gonna go for the Ancient Power against the Charizard. Even a debuffed one would do a lot of damage here. And because he stays in here and wants to throw a move, I think he's weak to me in the back, so I'm just gonna shield the Blast Burn here. And you're gonna see here's own Jellicent in the back. And we can go for the Shadow Balls here. Gonna be able to do a lot of damage against him. And we have to shield here as well. We don't really want damage on our Jellicent, though. He has a bait move, which is bad for us. We can go for another Shadow Ball. Can we swap in time into our Articuno? We can. We're gonna be able to go into our Articuno here, catch the Shadow Ball, and we actually survived that. I think he had that charged. And now he can farm us down, but there's nothing really he can do. We don't get to our move, but he's already that low. We're definitely gonna survive our Blast Burn. We got an extra move in there, which didn't really matter, I think, and we're gonna be able to take this game home. Good game there. Next up, we're gonna have Articuno against Diuga, and this is like the worst thing you could face, I think. It could go into the Castrum, but you only win with Castrum if you bait correctly, which like you don't. I kinda wanted to have some damage before, so what I'm gonna do now, I think, is like go for 4 more ice shots and then swap out into the Castrum to catch a move, which worked out fine, but like I'm still not in a good spot. Definitely not. And he goes into Wigglytuff, which is also not that good for me. I'm already 1 shield down, and it does not look good. It definitely does not look good. We can go for another weather ball here, which put him into farm down range maybe for our Jellicent, but it's still definitely not in a good position. We cannot shield this. I mean, we only have 1 shield left. We have Diugang against us, and like we are not in the best spot here. We have to get to the Shadow Ball to get a shield maybe, and yeah, I think this game is over already. We can go for the Ancient Power here, which is going to do a lot of damage, but yeah, still not going to KO us. It's Nidoqueen. Maybe if we get to move here, and we barely miss out there, sadly. And that's going to be it. Like, there's nothing I can do. I can just let it go here. It's no Poison Fang, actually. But I'm just going to let him KO me at this point of time, and that's going to be a good game. You're gonna really be really difficult to beat with this team, but other than that, it's fine. Here my opponent actually lags, and I'm just gonna take advantage of that. Because like I had so many games where I also just lagged out and my opponent just didn't care. I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm just gonna say it right now. Like I had so many times my opponent just stood still there and he still got the moves in, so I'm just gonna take the advantage of that. You should always do that. Like it's the game's fault, not your fault if this happens, or if your opponent just like lags or anything like that. Like there's like no reason not to attack there. I'm just sorry, but like there's just no reason. If the game works perfectly, it's fine, but you have the same shit against you and no one cares about you, so why would you like, do the same for other people? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna take advantage of that. This makes this game way easier, especially with the Nidoqueen. We would have won either way, I think. We already had like a good lead there. He had no really say swap in this, so we would have won this game easily anyway, but I'm definitely always gonna take advantage of that, because it does not matter. Like seriously, you have the same shit against you the whole time. Like why would you like care about them then in this fast meta game? So I'm just gonna take advantage of that and gonna win this game thanks to lag or whatever that was. So bad game there, I guess, but what can we do? Here we have Castform against us, so we're gonna be able to go mirror our Castform again against it, and we're gonna go for the Thunder. Maybe let it go, maybe it does not, and he does not let it go, which is okay for us. And he swaps out? I mean, dude, at least like throw a move against me. You would like one-shot me with one of them. I don't care about this thing. I could go for another Thunder here. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. And he shields? I mean, what? Like, he throws a move again? I don't know what... Why Aerial Ace? I don't know what my opponent is doing. Do you have Dark Pulse? Then it would make sense. Okay, you have Dark Pulse. At least this doesn't make sense. But the rest, like, what the hell are you doing? Here we can go for the Icy Wind, and we're just gonna go into our Jason immediately, trying to catch the move of the Castform, which didn't work out, but he goes into Nidoqueen, and yeah, we have Ice Beam. And that's why I have Ice Beam. Goodbye, Nidoqueen. This game is over, like there's nothing you can do anymore. I'm just gonna be ballsy and no shield here, because I don't think it did matter anyway, and now my opponent just surrenders, and good game there. Next up, we're gonna see Escavalier in the lead. Not the best, but also not the worst. I'm just gonna swap out here because, I mean, it's an APB line. You want to preserve the lead. I think you can win the lead though, but here we're just gonna go for the Water Gun. We know we outspeed him to the moves, and we actually do like more damage with our Water Gun than he does with his counters, because Escav in this meta is really squishy. And we can just go for some Weather Balls here, spam them away. I think I'm actually gonna let this go, because my Jason is way better against him in the back. I can just get so much farm and no one really wants to come into Jason. He goes into Castform, which is fine for me. I can go for double Shadow Ball, and I should be able to win this matchup pretty easily here. I'm not really scared of the Escav. And I can shield the Thunder here. And now I can overfarm a bit. Do I overfarm? I don't even overfarm. I don't know why I should overfarm a bit there. And my opponent gonna have... I think his own jelly, and this was stupid. Yeah, I should have overfarmed. I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay, but he goes to simultaneously swap there, which is really bad for me. He goes for a Shadow Ball here, and what I should have done now is go. I don't know. I hope that I don't get the boost here, so he does not get as much farm. And what do we get here? We get the boost, so he can farm even more. But we're still gonna CMP against him and win CMP, it seems. But like that was like so unlucky actually that we got the boost there, because I just gave him a win con again, which he didn't have before. And into the last game we have our Bomber Snow against us in the lead again. Pretty similar, I think it might be, I don't think it is the same team as the one that we had like in the beginning matchup. Oh, I think it is, never mind. But this time he goes out way earlier. I just want to ship him a bit, and I'm gonna be able to do that. I hope I would have got a shield there. There's where Hurricane is way better. Hurricane would like completely destroy this thing. I don't know why my opponent like didn't consider that, but it's fine. At this point of time I have to like bait him a bit. Like there was nothing really I can do here other than baiting him. But we're like in such a bad spot already. My opponent shields here, which is good, goes for the Shadow Ball. We're like in the horrible spot. Like there's nothing really we can do here, I think. We are so far behind already. We don't even KO him here, and he's gonna be able to KO us here if we don't shield. We're gonna shield, and my opponent swaps into in the 9 hits. Do we have actually a chance here now? We have some lag against us. He throws immediately, which is good for us. It's a Psyshock. Okay, we can survive another one. But we're just gonna go for another move here. Gonna be able to KO this. Oh yeah, we're gonna be able to KO this 9 hit. And now we have to be ballsy and try to farm all the way down. We can, and we can go for a Shadow Ball now. Can we actually win this game? This is the last game. I hope you enjoyed the showcase. I hope you maybe even have your own Shadow Articuno already, because there's a lot of play against the meta. And we're gonna go for another Shadow Ball and win this game. Good game, and goodbye.